want you to welcome with me Mr. Antoine Thompson. He is the CEO of Greater Washington Region Clean Cities Coalition, and they have an amazing event coming up. But before we get to the event, Antoine, first, thank you for coming on with me.
Thank you for having me.
We have seen this administration roll back so many of the Biden-era policies that confronted issues, environmental issues, clean energy issues, transportation issues, and I don't think people really realize what's at stake. Talk about, because this conference is centered on made for the moment, what is at stake right now?
Yeah, number one, it's very significant what's happening. The number one reason why black kids miss school in America is because of asthma and the impact of pollution on the health of black communities across the country is very significant. We have higher rates of asthma, cancer, lupus, and other respiratory related illnesses. Many of them stem from bad transportation policies that have discriminated against black communities for decades. So former President Biden was trying to correct some of those wrongs by heavily investing in programs and initiatives that not only bring attention to those historic problems, but also implement solutions. And so what's going to happen as a result of that, there's going to be fewer African Americans knowing about the transportation issues and health issues that deal with pollution, but you're also going to have more contaminated landfills, bad air, dirty water, and most importantly, more of our people dying from healthcare situations that could have been avoided because of these bad policies that are happening.
In addition to that, because you and I were talking earlier, it's not even just those who will be affected because of that, it's the contracts.
Yeah.
It's those who are working in the area. Tell us, what does that landscape look like?
Yeah, it's been really very disastrous for many organizations and communities. Funding to, I know our office, we lost over $2.5 million in programs that were either on the way, been awarded to help people dealing with a number of the environmental and health consequences of bad environmental policies, bad transportation policies. And we've seen contracts ended, contracts not awarded, contracts canceled, and that's going to have an impact on people's lives. You know, a lot of times people think that African Americans don't care about the environment. We do. It's just we're under siege with so many other issues, that environmental issues, we suffer the most from them, right? We have a shorter lifespan because of the railroads and highways that run through our neighborhoods, the more contaminated sites that run through our neighborhoods, the bus depots that idle diesel buses in our neighborhoods the most. And so it's important for us to be aware that there is a different path, and so that's why we're here at the CBC today, recognizing some of the people that are trying to make a difference.
You know what's so interesting is, I think maybe, because I feel like sometimes our community doesn't get it when we use words like clean energy or whatever, and maybe it's a matter of switching up our language.
It is important, because a lot of times when I used to chair the environmental committee when I was a senator in New York, and I was the first African American to chair that committee in 2009 and 10, and people didn't always get it, but once you go in those communities and start saying, did you know this happens because, and I don't use the word in regular terms, I usually talk about the impact of pollution on your health. You know, the fact that so many people in our community are walking around with oxygen machines, right, when you go to churches. The fact that so many people the emergency room visits go up every time there's some type of air outbreak, right? And so those are the consequences, and especially if you live in a community where a lot of people go to the emergency room for their care.
Absolutely.
So that means every time the air is bad, there's an ozone alert, or there's high rates of pollution in the air and smog. That means more people are going to the emergency room, and they have a longer wait time, and they don't have health insurance, right? And so that means that's impacting their credit. Out of work. They're hourly workers, right?
It is so connected. Even when you throw in the data centers, I know here in Prince George's County in Maryland, there's a fight now over whether to have a data center, and we're seeing what's happening to communities that are fighting. The bills are going up, affecting their water. Just every single thing. Yeah. But what is the power in this moment? Because we can go down the list of what the issues. What's the power that we have in this moment?
I think the power right now is the power to stand up, to get involved, to say, I'm not going to accept this. We too care about clean air. We do care about the fact that more of our asthma rates are going up, our emergency visits going up, more people are going to get cancer. Our life expectancy, the years that we're going to be alive are going to be lessened, right? For example, when kids get on an electric school bus, they are less likely to have discipline problems on that bus because they don't make noise, right? Most people don't know that. Most people never even been on an electric school bus. A diesel bus, when you get on that bus, like a plane, it makes a lot of noise.
Right.
It's a lot of noise. So they have fewer discipline problems. Not only that, the air on a yellow school bus that's powered by diesel is more toxic sitting on that bus than standing behind that bus. Now, this administration did not cut that program. Thankfully, they did not. But we need not only to keep it, we need to expand it because there are over 500,000 school buses that our kids ride on every day. And the air on that bus is more toxic than standing behind that bus. That's what we're talking about. Even the legacy buses that some of our churches have, we need to get them to get resources to get them to retrofit or repower those buses because, again, those buses, the air is more harmful than you than standing behind that bus.
So let's talk.
That's what this fight is about.
Yeah, I'm
this is not
here
just about it's getting hotter out. Well, when it gets hotter out and you don't have trees in your neighborhood, you have higher rates of asthma attacks and other things that happen as a result. We have to make it plain. Pollution kills people.
Let's talk about your event before we wrap on the 23rd of October. Let's talk about it. Where people can go to get more information.
That's right. You're going to be emceeing it.
Yes. So tell us more about the 23rd, where people can go to get more information, and then we'll end with the work that you are doing as CEO.
Yeah, we appreciate the partnership. And October 23rd, Greenbelt, Maryland, we're having our Clean Energy, Clean Transportation Conference. There's something in there for everyone. You can learn, get involved. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. You can learn about business opportunities as well.
That part.
Investment in your community as well. You can go to gwrccc.org. You can go to www.gwrccc.org, gwr3cs.org. Register, get involved, and it's something for all of us to do, either educate, empower, and inform others, but it's up to us to make a difference.
And for those who need a little entertainment, you are going to be having performance.
Yeah, we will have some.
By R&B crooner Major.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome. Antoine, thank you so much. I definitely would love to have you come back on as we deal with these critical issues in our community. And thank you for being on the front lines and fighting.
My pleasure. Anytime. Great to see you as always.
Absolutely.